You know, this whole issue of the Fox obituary for Kurt Vonnegut really got me mad at first. And then it pretty much just made me sad. And at this point, I actually think it's just all pretty funny. And it's funny in this sense that I think if Kurt Vonnegut himself had decided to write a parody of his own obituary as seen through the eyes of a right-wing maniac, it probably would have turned out pretty much like that Fox piece did. So it's not beyond the realm of the possible that Kurt Vonnegut is actually sitting somewhere laughing his ass off over this whole affair. Anyway, I had to also mention something about the suicide issue, because that's the part of the Fox piece that did bother me a bit, because it was just so ugly and mean-spirited the way they handled it. You don't have to read very deeply into the history of art and literature to realize that some of the greatest artists and writers were tortured souls, and maybe it's because they thought so clearly and so intensely and couldn't escape their thoughts at times that they might have considered taking the easy way out. The only thing tragic about that at this point is if he had succeeded and ended his life before he had written all of those wonderful books. So in the end, the story came out the way it should have. The only way that it could have ended, given the way that the whole cast of characters were set into motion. Well, finally, maybe this is obvious to anyone that really loved Kurt Vonnegut's books, but I'll say it anyway, and that is that in at least one way, nothing has changed, and Kurt Vonnegut really isn't dead, because anytime you want to visit with him, there's plenty of opportunity to do so. And as a matter of fact, tonight before I go to sleep, I think maybe I will visit with him a little while and see what he has to say. Maybe you should too, just as a tribute to the man. Good night, all.